Hey, everybody, this is Jay Kinder.
Hey, it's Michael Reese here.
What's up? And hey, we're excited that you're here. And obviously, if you're watching this, you've been invited by somebody to take a look at the opportunity of partnering with us. And we're going to tell you a little story about how we went from coaching real estate agents to partnering with agents across the country and helping them grow their businesses. But really, this opportunity is also about eXp Realty. And I think a lot of people, if you're like us, you looked at it, or maybe you've seen it, or you think you understand the business model, but maybe you're missing something. And that was the case for us. And we're going to really shed some light on the bigger opportunity of partnering with us at eXp. And we're going to get to that opportunity. But we're going to first tell you a little bit about our story. And we had literally, and Mike, you can talk about this. We shot this podcast on July 11th, 2016. And we started a brokerage. Mike actually was heading up this business unit, built it to 268 transactions in the first 12 months. By partnering with real estate agents across DFW and Atlanta.
Yeah, and I think the one thing to point out here, Jay, is that we did that because we had been coaching agents. Up to that point, for over the last decade, we had built a $10 million coaching and consulting company. We're 6 years on the Inc. 500, 5,000 list. And we were looking for a better way. You know, in all fairness, we were only able to work with the top agents across North America. And, you know, most of the people that we came into contact with weren't able to actually work with us because we weren't actually inexpensive by any means. And so the partnership model was a goal for us to be able to help agents. And I can't wait to really kind of give you some of the context, because what we're talking about today is how we've taken that model, the partner model, and now have created a platform model. And I think what you were referring to with the eXp is actually, it is a platform. It's a platform that allows us to help agents grow their business just like we have over the last decade, but to do it without actually charging them a dollar. So let me kind of give you a little backstory. Me and Jay both started with what was traditionally called the team model. I'm sure you guys heard of it. And in most real estate businesses, what you got to understand is that, you know, you get into real estate and it's sometimes by default. That's what one of our mentors used to say is, as he observed our industry, it's like so many people get in here, they lose their job, they go through a divorce, they've always wanted to get their license. And then what happens is you'll work with anybody as long as you don't have to go back to the job or what you were doing before. And then you realize that, you know, buyers are different than sellers. And if you want to control your time, you got to work with more listings. And so you start to try to get leverage. And, you know, you're just looking for opportunity, right, to have a better life. And you learn really quickly growing a team gives you some of your time back. And so you can have your success and grow a team. And so we did that. We both grew a team model. I was with KW for 13 years. Jay was number 2 in the world for Coldwell Banker at a very young age. And from there, we both had calculators on our phones. The smartphone came out. We weren't the smartest kids, but we knew how to use our phone. And we did those calculations. And although I was extremely happy with my broker, Jay was happy with his. In fact, he was related to him. It was his dad. We both had to make some really hard decisions. And those decisions, they were just economic. It was the math. And what I want to tell you guys today is, you know, we've always made decisions based on the math. And so just in the back of your mind, try to assume you might be wrong. Try to not understand, because we understand. It took us a year to see the opportunity. But what we're trying to do is help you net more money and build a better business that works harder for you than you do for it. And we know that's possible because in 2008, we founded Kinder Reese, which ended up becoming one of the dominant brands out there in the coaching and consulting space. If you go to any of the 22-year NFL cities, doesn't matter. We probably coach someone in the top 1, 2, or 3. So in some markets like Charlotte, North Carolina, the number 1, 2, and 3 person not only coached with us, was a part of our mastermind for years. And so we've helped some of the top agents across North America through the coaching model. So we went from like a team model, an independent model, an info model where we were just kind of sharing, we were doing what made us successful, to then what was called a coaching model. And we had to make a choice. And our choice was we were going to start an association. We started the National Association of Expert Advisors. We'll give you a little bit of context to that here in a minute. But the main thing is the National Association of Expert Advisors, think of it like P90X. It allowed us to provide value and scale that value. Just imagine coming to Dallas, you know, if you live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I try to tell you I worked with a personal trainer named David Jenkins. You know, it'd be really hard for you to be able to travel to Dallas to work with David Jenkins. But if I was working on a system called P90X or Insanity, you could do that anywhere. And we learned after doing conferences across North America and having some of the top agents in the country that it was really important to help people with execution. So many people had a gap between the ability of knowing what they wanted to do and actually being able to execute it. And the National Association of Expert Advisors provided us a way to provide a differentiated value proposition to agents that helped us with what they said to expireds and FSBOs, pre-listing presentations, listing buyer presentations, pre-listing, anything that you needed in order to win the appointment. And from there, because we had the attention of so many people in the industry, it allowed us to create unique relationships. And some of you may or may not know, tools like ZBuyer or Mojo are tools that we've made popular in our niche. We were always leading the way with automation and building sales and marketing funnels. We were one of the very first clients with Tiger Leads, which was very innovative at the time when IDX and being able to, when websites were changing. I mean, I remember, Jay, trying to teach people about what a text message was. And that led us to becoming part owners in a company called Commissions Inc., which later on sold to Fidelity. And I know when we sold the company the first time, there was only 3 people in the room in Silicon Valley: Dwayne Legate, Jay Kinder, Michael Reese. So we've been out there helping agents not only find the tools, find the better way for execution, really learning and teaching them what's working now and how to grow their business. And in 2015, in December, Jay and I decided that we were going to build a real estate business from scratch. From 2012 to 2015, sometime in between the whistles, they changed the lockbox. Facebook came out. Social media got really, really popular. The way that you got traffic to a website changed. The websites changed, and I was sitting in Jay's shop on the back of an ATV, and you said to me, Jay, we need to stay relevant. And one of the best ways to do that would be trying to start a team from scratch, and we did that. In 2016, we started our partner model, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that in a little bit, but I will tell you what we learned was that if an agent had never sold a home in their entire career and they partnered with us in December, their first full year, we could help them sell 52 transactions. How do I know that? Because we did it. If an agent had sold no more than 18 homes in 10 years of being in business, that we could actually help them in literally 12 months after partnering with us. After 10 years of never selling more than 18 homes, we could help them do 48 transactions. We knew if an agent had success, but worked with buyers and were pulling their hair out, and they were wanting a better life or at least free time, like Wes Dorsey. We're going to tell you his story, how we helped him become the #1 listing agent in his entire market in Wiley, Texas. And so that's what it's about. It's about how we created a platform and aligned what we were doing to a platform that allowed us to build and scale. But before I go into that, I want Jay to kind of share with you guys kind of the backstory that tees all of this up.
Yeah, so we had literally had coached with every person in the industry. If they sold it, I was a buyer. And Jay Abraham, who's known as the $9.4 billion man, he's been in over 400 different industries. He's been our mentor from the very get-go. And in March of 2006, we started working with him. We went to an event, and I asked him some questions. And on this video here, now keep in mind, this is 2006 when I was selling 500 plus homes a year. I was very fat and very unhappy at this moment, but we did think we had something that was scalable and had that we could take. And we were going to start another brokerage. Mike and I both were at the peak of our career, selling the most homes we'd ever sold. We said, hey, we want to duplicate this. And this was the question I had for Mr. Abraham, and listen very closely to his response.
My question is, I'm in a small community, Lawton, Oklahoma, population of about 100,000. I command about 12% market share, and we're trying to grow the business, but we realize that our biggest potential is duplicating this business. Real estate model.
Yep.
That is duplicating this real estate model, if you will, in another market.
Places.
And by moving from an area that's 100,000 average sell price, I can raise my my average unit of sell doubly in another market. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is going back, we have a lot of work to do clearly to implement in our business. What is the series of questions you need to answer in order to know you're ready to duplicate or replicate that business?
Well, I mean,
in another market?
There's two. The first one is if you move yourself out of your current business to concentrate on replicating it either through partners, through new operations, through joint ventures. Sure. And I'll tell you something, by the way, if I were you, all these guys I trained, Joe Stumpfin and Brian Buffini and Tom Ferry, half and half, and his dad was already doing it. and Craig Proctor. They all came to my programs before they were teaching anybody, and they went out and did trainings. If I were doing it today, I wouldn't be a trainer and try to teach it that way. I'd joint venture with other agencies so that they had the yoke of the overhead, you had the marketing, and you got a share of the upside, and you had an equity type of an interest, so you had an asset, because their businesses aren't sellable. They make a lot of money, but they're not sellable. My business is very low. I mean, it makes me 7 figures, but it's not very sellable, and that's not what you really want. You're young enough to recognize that. But I think the first thing is being clear that if you walk away to concentrate on that, your business isn't going to fall apart. So it's the systems, the process, the procedure, instilling a culture that is enduring and that everybody sort of follows, establishing yourself preemptively in your community. I'm thinking, and I'm sorry we didn't get the book concept really developed. You should have a book written for you and have everybody give it away. You know, run ads to sell it for $39 so it has perceived value, but gift it away to everybody in the community, and maybe write 3 or 4, because the cost of giving away, 5,000 books is $25,000, but 5,000 devotees is probably multiplied by referrals would own the market. But put a system together that seems replicatable, and then go out and again, everyone else is trying to sell training. I wouldn't. I'd sell partnership. I want to be your partner. If you can afford it, tell them that you'll fund your own triple out. You want basically a piece of the upside or a piece of the business. Find somebody who is ambitious, directable, has good values in a market that you can collaborate with. That to me would be a greater wealth creator, because somebody will buy that. They aren't going to buy it if you got this great system and you want to do seminars, and so you'll make some money. You might make $1 million, but no one's going to. That $1 million isn't worth $1 million. But if you had 20 or 25 or 125 partners out there, each of them tripling their business, somebody will buy that from you for a lot of money. Does that make sense?
Brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, one of the things that we did is our goal was, at that particular time, we wanted to raise the standard. Raising your standard that basically is what was acceptable yesterday is no longer acceptable tomorrow. And so we kind of put the line in the sand, and these were posters we had. They were put all over our office. At one point, we had up to 64 people working every day, and we had a vision. Our vision was to be the #1 privately held real estate company in North America with 2,000 partners participating in over 2,000 transactions annually. And our goal was to do that by December of 2024. And the crazy thing is what that meant was we were going to go find the best people in North America. We were going to work with Jay Abraham, who Forbes says is the mentor to mentors, the $9.4 billion man. He's literally one of the most expensive people to work with. That year, 2014, we paid him almost $250,000. We had flown him out previously for a day where he would charge us $50,000. And yes, I know that seems like a lot, but looking back, some of the things that we're doing today are simply as a result of him giving us the clarity and the direction to go. And that's worth a lot. I mean, we knew that there were so many people relying on us to really give them that direction. So we would spend time like with Frank Kern. Frank Kern is, at this time, lived in La Jolla, California. I think in this picture, he picked us up at a Dan Kennedy conference in Atlanta in a private plane, flew us back to La Jolla. We stayed there for a week, and all we did was work on lead generation. Our job was to chew up the hay, spit out the straws. Jay Kinder would always say, let's seek the best to be the best. And so that's what we did. Or we'd fly them in. We would do masterminds. This is Greg Crabtree. I'll never forget Jay calling me up from Arkansas saying, I read the book twice. Listen, man, we got to do X, Y, Z. And he was explaining to me this cube. And, the point is that at the end of the day, me and Jay have personally built real estate teams. We've helped other people build real estate teams. And one thing that I know for a fact is we've seen people with the showing agent model be more profitable than somebody who's selling 3 times the amount of homes they are. And so for us, you can't take trophies to the bank. It's not about how many homes you sell. See, you see how he can't hold back. It's all about profitability. And that's what we're going to talk to you guys about. I mean, what we're going to show you guys here in a second is why it's financially irresponsible if you know your numbers. And you actually get this handy dandy smartphone to do some calculations and do the math, you're going to realize really quick. And for us, we understood the benefits of long-term thinking. One of our mentors, Clayton Mask, him and his 2 brother-in-laws, they created a company And one of the things they were really, was really important to them was creating ownership and creating opportunity. So we would work with Clay. This is Clay Mask, one of the co-founders of Infusionsoft, on creating capitalization tables, which were, our vision was, how could we create ownership? And the real thing was, how could we help real estate agents that partnered with us actually have an exit strategy? And in order to do that, it became really clear in the very beginning that everybody, once they became successful, which they all did, then they wanted to have teams. And one of the things that, is there's these teams out here that like have 80 people on their teams and they sell 60 homes, right? That's not the type of team we're helping people build. It's all about productivity per agent. We literally created a course with the dean of productivity, which was the publisher of Success Magazine. And he would fly into the office. We created we'd fly him in to speak to our clients. We would create programs for our agents. If it was about clarity, we'd bring in the best of the best, the author of Mastering the Rockefeller Habits, the founder of EO, Vern Harnish, which is really one of the best people for fast-growing companies. And anyway, the point is no matter who it was, if it was Dan Kennedy charging $39,000 a day to fly to his house and spend the day in the basement, we did that. And we'd come back 6 weeks later and do it again if we didn't get what we needed. We were literally in relentless pursuit of finding a better way. And what we meant by that is we knew that there was dangers facing our industry. We knew that there was going to be some type of change. And what we were known for was being the go-to place to be in front of that change. And so we invite people like Stefan Swanepoel, one of the top 100 most influential people in our industry. He was literally commissioned by NAR to write the danger report, which are the dangers facing the agents. But in the report, it also talks about the dangers facing the real estate broker. And we would literally share that wisdom and that knowledge so that our clients could be in front of it and take advantage with where the industry was going. And what that led up to was, it led up to us having a coaching and consulting company and now this partnership company. And the truth was this: if Jay would have known how, or me, would have known how to partner with someone outside of Texas, we wouldn't even be doing this. Because our biggest bottleneck was we had paid up to almost 6 figures in attorney fees. And we were just at the point where we were trying to get out of Texas. And we were learning the complexity of the legalities and the legalese and, understanding all of the resources to manage it. We had people in Portland, Oregon, Nebraska, New Mexico, Tulsa, Oklahoma, everywhere, Colorado, saying, hey, can you partner with us in our state? And we would say, we're working on it. We're working on it. So we were fighting people off, right? Literally fighting them off because we didn't have the platform in order to do that. But everybody had heard the success story. Everybody heard about Chris Jackson, who in his first his first calendar year did 52 transactions. When we met him, he had never sold real estate. In fact, Jay told me, hey, man, I think we need to send this guy to real estate school. And, that's a pretty major accomplishment for a first calendar year, doing 52 transactions and hiring a buyer's agent. Or Tatum Hood, who I talked to the other day, he still has an amazing productive team. He told me now he's flying. He's doing all the things that he really wanted to do, what he wanted to do when he got into real estate. The problem is for the first 10 years, he could never break 18 home sales. What happens? He partners with us. He breaks it. We solve the right problems. Same thing with Wes Dorsey. Wes Dorsey's an amazing guy. We're still partnered with him. He wanted to build a team. He wanted to move on to the listing side of the business. And so we helped him do that. And so what happened was we knew what we were doing was working, but there was one big problem. Why don't you tell them what that problem was, Jay?
Yeah, well, the problem was, it wasn't a problem for us more so as it was the problem for the people that wanted to get involved. Is you had to pay us $10,000 for your territory, and you were on a 50-50 split. So if we were going to do this deal, it was we were investing a tremendous amount into the lead generation, the managing of all of the leads, and setting appointments for you. And we were focused on making you the dominant listing agent in a marketplace. But that's a big thing to get over is 50-50 split. And one of the things that Mike always says is assume you're wrong in your thinking. And so we've always been, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. So we were always looking for a better way. And thankfully we were open-minded enough to say, hey, we this might be a platform that would allow us to do what we're already trying to do in a much better way, in a much more efficient way, with a much bigger opportunity attached to it. And we saw a way that we could partner with you and provide all this value that we were providing to other agents without you having to pay us or give a percentage of your commission. Essentially, you basically get us partnered with you at no cost. And after that, we were kind of known for saying, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you finally see how having us in alignment with helping you become successful, not just at building your real estate brokerage, your real estate team, or your real estate business, but also in the opportunity of earning a passive income, creating an equity position in a company, and having a potential exit strategy, this was the opportunity of a lifetime. Once you see that, it's hard to unsee it.
Yeah, so here, let's walk them through. So one of the things that we did early on is we worked with a guy named Peter Thomas. He owns Thomas Franchise Solutions. He's also known for buying the region of Canada for Century 21 and selling it at $50+ million. Me and Jay had the unique opportunity that he's in his 80s. He's an older gentleman, legend. But he explained to us the franchise model. And so here's how most companies work. Most companies have the international company. And so I think he was the one that franchised Massage Envy. And what he explained to us, because we were kind of looking at this as a real opportunity for us. And they would explain to us, you break down the states and the areas into regions, and your regions are responsible for going out and finding owners. And those owners are going to be like in very specific territories, and those owners take on the risk. So like think about getting the region of Texas, and then you have Dallas, and you have Houston, and within Dallas you have Plano and Frisco and Salina and Pottsboro, and those people buy those areas. And those areas, for a lot of the big franchises, they just simply aren't available anymore. But those people who buy those areas, they have to go hire managers, and those managers get staff. And at the very bottom, all of that company is funded. All of it is funded by your efforts, by your transactions, by your sphere of influence, by your Facebook friends, by your cold calling expires, by your mailing your farm. All of those unit economics fund up. And the truth is that the international company makes a royalty, and they have a sellable business. The region has a very sellable business. If you own a region, it's very lucrative. I would say to the tune, at one point for some of the franchises, in the tune of billions, over $1 billion, multiple regions. The owners have a sellable business who actually own the franchise. And a lot of the times they create opportunities for the managers to have a stake in the outcome as well. They did definitely in my market. And all of those people not only are making money, but as the agent, you're not. You're only making money if you go out there and, if you do what you do is you sit on open houses, spend your time. And, one of the great things about this company that we'll talk to you about, our founder's belief, is he thought that the agent does the heavy lifting in the building of the company. That was one of his core things. And so for us, the agent should be the owner. That was the one thing. And if the agent was the owner, that means there was going to be no regions. There was going to be no individual owner of any one place that was owning that territory. And there was going to be no managers that were doing that of those territories. There was going to be the company, and they were going to literally support the agent who was the owner. And here's the thing, to be really disruptive, there's a couple things that you have to have. Here's what we have. We have a disruptive cloud-based technology. I'll talk to you about it in a little bit. And the reason this is disruptive is because the minute that our company took this out, and I wish I had the slide, the largest franchise in real estate in North America rolled out their cloud brokerage. Go Google it. Why? Because they learned really quickly that they couldn't compete with ours. We have stock, right? Stock. And one of the things that Jay says is, like, most companies who go and create stock, they do it to raise money. Our stock was to create opportunity for the agents. That was really, if you look at where the stock goes, where the stock opportunities, how you can earn stock. Now we are uplisted to the NASDAQ, and obviously you can make the investment and buy the stock. And this is an investment advice. Some stock goes up and some stocks go down. But the crazy thing about this company is that every agent has the opportunity to earn stock. And we're going to talk about that, and also revenue share. So there's 5 major disruptors. We have an innovative cloud-based brokerage model I talked about. We have the equity opportunities I talked about. One thing we're going to show you is the industry lead generation in tech. When me and Jay coached people, one of the things that we found was one of our core skills was helping people generate more leads. If you need more leads, we're going to show you how to get an unfair advantage by having more to invest than your competitor. Also, the agent-centric alignment and support, and then unparalleled revenue opportunities. So our founder is a guy by the name of Glenn Sanford. He had an important role to play with the startup of really the internet. He was one of the guys who used to manage message boards with AOL. So he was a tech person, but he got into real estate, and in his 4th year, he grew a real estate team to 60 million in GCI, which isn't easy to do. But one thing that I think is important is he had the mindset like us, because his team wasn't constrained geographically. You know, his theory was, well, if I can produce business over here and give it to you there was no limitation whether he was in Washington helping somebody in Arizona. He had no restrictions. His mind just didn't think that way. And that was one of the things that me and Jay were thinking very similar when we were doing partner, because we were used to coaching people all across North America. You could coach with us in Seattle or Washington. We knew we could help you grow your business if you were in Orlando. We knew that if you took our systems and put them down there, they would, in fact. So that's where we were congruent in alignment and knew that would happen. But Glenn believed that the agents and brokers did the heavy lifting and that they should have the shareholders opportunity. And because of his background with his father and the experience in doing that, he was able to actually, what we were working on, Jay, where we saw the opportunity for capitalization, you know, for the people who worked, he saw a huge opportunity in actually taking the company public. I don't think that was initially on our radar.
Right.
And if it was, it wasn't realistically on our radar. And so Glenn is a brilliant man. And he, in 2009, he founded the first cloud-based brokerage, which is EXP. And now we're at over 20,000 agents in January of this year.
Yeah, 23,000. So at any rate, no matter what, like when you see this kind of growth, right? So we joined the company in November of 2017. There was 5,000 agents. I remember seeing the EXPCon. And now it's actually blowing through this. We're in nearly every province in Canada. We're opening up Australia this year, also the UK. And when you see growth like this, you have to say, okay, well, what did they do right? And there's something that's happened here, or you don't get this doesn't happen accidentally. So, you know, if you're still not understanding the model and why it's disruptive, this is evidence of they nailed it, is what it really boils down to. And this company is going to continue to grow like crazy. Eventually, everyone's going to be here. There's just no reason not to be. And here's like my checks and balances against it. Like, think about this. Well, so what makes a cloud-based brokerage disruptive? Think about Netflix. Why do you like Netflix? Well, because we don't like driving to the store to get any of our content we want to watch. Why do you like Amazon? Because you don't really want to drive to the store to buy all that stuff. If you could just get on your phone and click a button. Why is EXP disruptive? Because it's easier to get the support and training, answers to questions, any training that you need. It's easier to get that in a cloud environment versus having to drive into a bricks and mortar office. That's why the cloud-based office is disruptive. It's because it's just better. It's just a better way for you to get support and training, which is what you get. That's what you're trading your commission for with any of these brands that you may be at. Is I'm going to give you a little bit. I'm going to give you this 4 or 5, whatever it's 5, 6, 7, 8% that you're giving them in royalty. You're going to give that to them to a certain amount of money, and then you're going to be like, this doesn't make sense mathematically for me to continue to do this. Now I'm going to go independent. That's what we did. And so in this scenario, no one even saw this coming. He disrupted the real estate industry by making it a better way to get the support and the training and the things that you need, and flipping the model on its head.
Yeah, and one of the things, like in the book, The Innovator Dilemma, this is, you know, with innovation, what you got to understand is we recognize that this was a platform. I think that's the biggest mistake people don't understand. Innovation, platform models are innovative. And what that means is in any platform, there's someone who produces value and someone who consumes value. So like with Netflix, they produce their own content. Is that better for the actor? You ever heard of a starving actor? Yeah, it's better. There's more actors out there that have jobs as a result of Apple now creating $6 billion in content over the next 12 months. With Amazon Prime creating their own custom content. Are there more stage designers? Are there more set designers? Are there more script writers? Are there more videographers? Are there more video editors? Hell yeah, there is. Why? Because Netflix, they're not just renting movies, they're making movies, they're creating content. They created a platform, and when you win the consumer, you win the game, and the consumer has more selection at a cheaper price. That's the same, and the only difference that people don't understand, which is exactly what Jay just said, is that EXP, you are the consumer. At Netflix, we're the consumer. At EXP, they put the agent as the consumer. They're creating value for the agent. They're creating health benefits that they just announced, right? Those are problems that they're solving for the agent, that the agent didn't have solutions. I mean, if it was that easy to solve that problem, someone else would have done it. They didn't have the incentive to do so. But when every agent is a stockholder and they're trying to provide value to the client, which is the agent, then the primary objective is, how do we get these people health insurance? That's never been the top of somebody's list of things to get done. But at EXP, it was. And that's why we just announced that we're providing a solution for that for agents. And so that's what people have to understand when we say platform, whether it's training, whether it's lead generation, whether it's ownership and building equity, whether it's creating and spreading and building the brand and getting compensated for doing that. Those opportunities are no longer exclusive to somebody who walked into a NAR conference in 1983 and bought the rights and nobody else can have it. No, they're exclusive to anybody, anywhere, anytime. Any agent who wants that opportunity can join EXP and take advantage of it.
So this is one of the things that I found to be the thing that's most misunderstood. Is like, I only know about my real estate office, and that's how we've always communicated in real estate. Well, when you are in the cloud and you have a cloud-based office, you're going to learn something about something very special. Workplace by Facebook is an incredible application. Imagine if you had a question about something and you wanted to get an answer. Right now, you might have to send an email. You might have to drive into the office, try to catch somebody in the hallway to get an answer. But when you're at EXP, you're basically gonna jump onto Workplace by Facebook. You're gonna ask that question to maybe your state group or maybe your local group or just the broker, and you're gonna get a message back almost instantly. And that is collaboration and at its finest. This is communication at the highest level within Workplace by Facebook. This is where you're gonna go to if you wanna learn what's working in lead generation. People are sharing in the group, lead generation with the tools that you have that are given to you, which we'll talk about here in a minute. At EXP, there's people sharing the best practices, things that are working. Well, why are they doing that? Because as agents do better, we all have shares and ownership in the company. We all do better. There's actually a financial alignment. So this is a great way for us to communicate, not just in the cloud-based office that we have, but also the other tools that we use to collaborate and work together. I've just never seen that before in any other company where this is the only way we communicate.
Now, one of the things that's also very amazing is that we have tons of training. Any fast-growing company is a training company. And so whether it's listings, lead generation, we'll walk you through some of the things that I know we do to help people right out of the gate. Social media marketing. I sat on a panel for social media where everybody on the panel was selling homes literally every month from social media and just sharing and giving, all the way down to the CRM and the technologies. And the great part about this training is that it's all recorded and it's available for you. If you can't attend it live, you can literally go into Workplace, which is built by Facebook that Jay was just mentioning. You can go straight into the online university. So you have access to it. It's all archived and recorded. And one of the things that was important to us, and I think was one of our strengths, was always helping people be on the leading edge of what's working now. Here's the thing, regardless of what you're currently using, a lot of agents, when they got into real estate, they have to go pay for a class and it's $800. Then they got to go pay for this. Then they got to go pay for that. I know that because I know what it cost me to get into real estate. And it wasn't just the cost of real estate school if I was going to actually sell a home. And so one of the things that when you have the right tools, everything else is definitely easier. And this, I think, is a powerful lead generation tool. What I said to somebody the other day, Jay, is I asked them, are you doing anything on Facebook Marketplace? And they were like, no, what is that? Well, one of the things is it's hard to promote on Facebook Marketplace if you don't have the tools, and they didn't have anything. At EXP, you're provided with lead generation platforms so you can actually go out there and not only generate leads, but have the right CRMs, have the right, what we would call as the bait, if you will, which is an IDX website that's going to help you go out there and attract buyers with selection. It's going to help you articulate your value to your seller on how you're going to help promote their house. It's going to give you real tools to really build the business. And the thing that I think is important here, and this is per opinion. Listen, everybody has their own opinion. I will tell you from my experience, it's very dynamic, meaning you can customize one of these sites to look like one of the most expensive websites out there for real estate agents. I've literally seen these sites. They're fully customizable. So you can customize them. You can literally put a web hook in them where every lead you get gets a voicemail. Literally, there's classes in the cloud, advanced Q&A, how to do the math. I mean, the support there is there. And here's the thing, at EXP, there's no desk fees, there's no royalty fees, there's no franchise fees. It's this simple. It's an 80-20 split. It's a $16,000 cap. Now that means every time you sell a home, you keep 80, you pay in 20. Once you paid in 16,000, you're capped. But I'm gonna let Jay tell you one little thing on how you can get that entire 16,000 back here in a second. But then you move to 100%. So my buddy, give you an example. He was with Remax, Houston Remax, Kevin Shoemaker in Colorado. What he did is he came to EXP in 2018. In 2017, the year before, he had paid in $75,000 in fees. In 2018, he literally earned almost $75,000 in stock, right? He got his $16,000 back, which I'll let Jay share with you. And here's the thing, for him to start, he didn't have to write a $10,000 check. He didn't have to give away half of his commission. He literally paid $149 to start. That included his business cards. He had an $85 tech fee. And, I don't know what you're paying for your risk management, but I talked to a guy the other day. I couldn't believe what they were charging him for E&O. It's $40. You sell one house, your E&O is $40. You sell two houses, it's $80. You sell 5,000 homes, it's $500 because it caps at 500. So you pay $40 out of every transaction till you pay him 500, and that caps for the rest of that calendar year. So the fees are beyond competitive. But here's the thing: when you're partnered with us, it's what you save and how we invest that back into your business. It's the time value of that money over time, that opportunity cost that we're going to show you. And if you're having to take that money and then go buy a tool that you get for free, then you could still be at break even. And here's the best part about EXP. Once you've gotten here and you really see it, I'm going to tell you, imagine having a tool. Just imagine this for a second. Imagine you had a tool that really could provide you with leads. Now imagine if you really had somebody that was going to give you the training on how to produce those leads. And then imagine that you could actually generate business, turning cold strangers into clients after struggling to do that for years. Would you go tell people about EXP? The answer is yes, you will, just like we did. And when you do, the crazy thing about it, it even gets better. I'll let you tell them about it, Jay.
Yeah, so this is where the model really, they really shifted the model. So when you think about when you don't need the bricks and mortar office and you still want to try to grow this company, the way that they did it before was somebody bought that region for probably $500,000. Somebody, then they went and sold franchisees, and they're going to go build bricks and mortar and spend all this money. There's hundreds of millions of dollars in the model that is not in the business model of EXP because they don't have bricks and mortar and they don't have franchises and franchisees. So, so Glenn said, well, how are we going to grow the company? And one of the choices would have been to hire recruiters like other companies might do, and pay them to go recruit agents. But instead, what he said, well, why don't we compensate the agents in the company, since they're the ones that bring all the deals anyways, and they're the ones that do business with real estate agents all day, every day. Why don't we allow them to earn revenue share off the top of anybody that they bring into the company? And then we're going to even allow them to earn more than that. Based on how many people they bring into the company. You can earn up to 7 generations of profit share, which is a really, really big opportunity. Let me put it that way. So if you're looking at this and it looks kind of familiar, when you look at what Keller Williams' model was, which is very similar to this, but it was profit share off the bottom. After all those expenses, you could earn some profit share off of the agents that are in, the agents that you help bring into the company. And at EXP, it's much better because it's revenue share off the top. So if you've ever watched Shark Tank, what's the deal that Mr. Wonderful is always trying to make? He wants to get, at the end, if everybody's all out, Mr. Wonderful will come in and say, hey, I want you to give me a royalty off the top of every deal that you do, and I'll do this deal with you. Why does he do that? Because he can't lose. When you're getting revenue off of the top of something, that means that every time a real estate agent does a deal, you're getting paid. So when you bring agents over that produce, you're going to get paid. When they do deals, you get paid. It drops into my bank account on the 22nd of every month. And as you bring people who bring people up to 7 generations, you can earn a really large passive income. And think about it this way. Imagine a year from now, just tell a handful of your friends and they tell a handful of their friends, and it comes out to making an extra $5,000 a month. Maybe it's paying your house, it's paying your car. That's life-changing money for most real estate agents. And so this opportunity now exists. It's a new revenue stream for your real estate business that never existed before, because there was never a business model like this before. And so how does the equity opportunity work at EXP? It's real simple. It's our sustainable equity plan. When you close your first deal, you're going to get some stock. When you hit your cap of 16,000, they're going to give you some more stock. When you bring a friend over to EXP and they close their first deal, they're going to give you some more stock. These are just stock awards. This is stock in the company that you're helping build and helping grow. The reason they're doing that is they're rewarding you for helping grow the company. They're rewarding you by doing production. So at the Icon Agent Award, you have an opportunity. That 16,000 that you pay in to the cap, as your cap, you can earn that 16,000 back in stock in the company just by hitting some cultural requirements, which is attending a couple of events over the course of that year and hitting the production requirements to earn that. So many of the top agents in the country are all coming to EXP because they really don't have to pay anything. They're getting stock in the fastest growing company in the history of real estate. They're getting that all back. So, and another thing I think is important as an opportunity, most real estate agents I've known, and myself included, we barely save enough for your taxes, much less saving for your future. So imagine being in business for the next 10 years. I don't know what this would be worth, but if you're a top producing agent and you purchase the stock you can take out of every transaction, you can purchase the stock at a 20% discount with up to 5% of your commission, and you elect to choose to do that. You can do it or not do it. I don't know what that's going to be worth over a 10-year period, but I believe that's probably going to be an asset for you that you would allow you to potentially retire. So that's why you're seeing all the top agents, all the top producing teams, and a lot of independent brokerages moving over to EXP, is because this is just a financially better opportunity with opportunities that don't exist in a traditional model.
Yeah, and so one of the things y'all have to understand is when me and Jay first started this, I remember, Jay, you calling me and you were like, hey, let's talk to Chuck Fazio. I think it was like 2 days before Christmas. And guys, listen, this guy, he was an independent broker, had 850 agents, did $7 billion in production. He literally shared with us on, that he was looking to expand, but didn't want to make the investment he had made up to that point. I think he had invested like $7 million in his office. And, but he didn't know that he was going to be interested in doing anything with us at EXP. He just wanted to listen to it. And he saw the vision. And in December of 2017, he literally partnered with us. And now he has over 1,500 agents. Last time we talked to him, Jay,
yep.
Over 1,500 agents. And it still hadn't been 2 years, because 2 years for him would have been this December. So the crazy thing about that was unfair for me to watch this guy go from kind of laughing at the opportunity to telling me this is exactly what I was looking for. And after he did that, I remember, Dan Hillsman. Dan Hillsman was a guy, he was a solo agent for 20 years. He wanted lower fees in coaching and leads. And he joined us in April of 2018. He didn't know me or Jay. In fact, he was at Maggiano's restaurant. His broker changed his fees. He looked on YouTube and found a video of Jay. And he reached out to you, Jay, and I think you've helped. I think he said he doesn't really sell more than 20 homes a year, so he's not the top agent in the world. But he is a doer. He literally will. Let's let him tell you what he saw.
Hello, my friends out there and soon-to-be friends out there. Hey, want to come on real quick and just talk to you about, just briefly, why I made a change in real estate brokerages recently. The main reason I was looking for a change was I was paying about $1,750 a month just to the company that I was working for. It included a lot, but I thought, goodness gracious, $1,750 a month. That did not include ad spend. So I started looking around. I was blessed enough to find Jay Kinder, Michael Reese, found those guys online. And when I found them, I just barely heard of EXP, started doing some due diligence, some research. My big deal was I wasn't really looking to come in for the revenue share. Sounded interesting, was hopeful, but didn't know what that would look like. But I did know that I was looking for coaching and lower fees, and those guys offered. I was able to get both of those. Since then, though, 16 months later, still enjoying the low fees, but I'm also enjoying the revenue share. So without saying a specific number, the revenue share is right now paying my mortgage, my car payment. I'm blessed that that's all the monthly bills our family has. It's also, and that's after I back taxes out. So let's go with Uncle Sam, because that's a chunk of it. Mortgage, car payment, and a few nice dinners for the family. By the end of the year, that's going to be paying for Uncle Sam, car payment, mortgage. It's also going to pay for all my marketing. And then so early next year is when it's going to get a lot of fun. So having the time of my life, been licensed over 20 years, I wake up now with more energy, more purpose, more excitement than I've ever had before in real estate, or at least since I got licensed. And then it was a little bit more fear. But this opportunity has changed my life. You need to strongly look at it, hopefully to change yours too. Best of luck to you guys. Thanks. Bye.
And so we worked with a lot of people. And one of the things I want y'all to just take note of is that, you know, he wasn't looking, like he said, he wasn't looking for agent attraction. We've just been finding agents. Some agents just want to grow their business. You know, we have agents that are top brokers like Chuck, some that are just looking to make a change. The average agent moves every 3 years. And I heard a statistic, Jay, I don't know if you heard it, but how many agents 3 years from now will be doing the production? I mean, it's pretty mind-blowing. And so agents are always going to be, there's going to be agents getting into the business. Agents are going to have up and down times. They're going to make moves. This was a guy by the name of Nate Robinson. I actually can't say this anymore. I could say I never met him, but I had the unique opportunity of meeting him recently about a month ago. But he called me on June 27th of this year. And he never told me originally that he had to pay money to pay his bills. In fact, he joined us in January, and I didn't hear from him. I had no idea what happened to him. We'll come up to find out from January up till June, he had tripled his business. He got to work. He got plugged in. He came. One of the things that when you partner with us, we're going to tell you how we give you listing presentation, buyers present. We're going to get to that in a second. He plugged in and came to one of our boot camps that we have done for years. And he literally will not say anything about agent attraction. This guy's just going to tell you how partnering with us helped him grow his business.
Hey Mike, it's Nate Robinson. Just want to shoot you a quick video thanking you first of all for partnering with me and EXP, NAEA and EXP. The tools you guys have to bring to the table are phenomenal. So in December 2018, I borrowed money just to pay my bills. All right, that's the second month that I borrowed money just to pay my bills. In January 12, 2019, I moved over to EXP. Today is June 27th. As of today, I closed more business in 2019 than I did in 2018. All right, in less than 5 months, my business has tripled. I cannot thank you enough for all the help that you've given me and my family. Right now I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm on vacation. I'm on a 3-week vacation. Closed 3 transactions this week. My systems are in place, my business is operating, and I got nobody to thank but you. So I really do appreciate what you've done for me. If you're out there and you're thinking about maybe wanting to make a move, call me. This program has been absolutely incredible. It changed my life. I am forever grateful. Anything I can do for you, brother, let me know. Take care.
So here's the thing. We'll walk you a little through this real quick. You know, when you join EXP, there's a lot of great systems and tools. We'll give you a high-level overview. For those of you who might be interested, if somebody sent you this video, then what we would want you to do is, and you are interested, make sure that you reach back out to them, get a list of your questions, and if it makes sense, you know, they'll organize maybe a time for us to jump on a call together. But let us just walk you through, you know, some of the benefits in partnering with us. And there's the obvious that we talked about, you know. Obviously, you're going to get access to our cloud-based office. We can give you a guest pass to go up there and check it out. We'd love to do so. Again, you can reach out to the person who invited you to this video. They can walk you through, get you a guest pass, go up there, check out some of the training. Just go around and see what all the hype is about. One of the other things is when you join us at EXP, you know, you are running a business. And so it's important to know that you're going to be given what we call as a business dashboard. And this is where you can access all your resources in one place. You're going to be able to access your sky slope, set up your KV core, making it rain. We didn't get into making it rain. Think about that as like a digital marketing agency that's there on call, like a water faucet. You can literally drive traffic to your KV core like a water faucet, turn leads on and off. You can order them up. I need 50 leads. Thank you. Making it pour. Give me 75. You know, it really should be a math equation. You know, you're going to have access right from your EX Enterprise. You can access directly to your Facebook workplace, or you can download the workplace chat app or the workplace app on your phone. And then you're going to get access to our expert mentors, which is really the systems and the funnels that we've created for agent attraction and help, meaning a lot of the people that we bring in, they get super excited, you know, like Dan Hillsman said, I didn't really see it, but now I like it, right? It's hard to have your life change. It's hard to make real passive revenue and then walk by another agent and not tell them about it. It would literally it'd be like your favorite restaurant, you know, doing something really nice for all their customers and you not feeling inclined to tell people, hey, do you know about what they're doing over there, right? So that's what happens. Now, usually your first experience is going to be the cloud. You know, when you go up to the cloud, you'll be able to go to the auditorium. You'll be able to check out meeting rooms. One of the things I want people to point out is it's just really efficient. If you sat here and we would have went through my old business process of just changing my direct deposit, I'd have to find the phone number. First of all, I swear to you, I'd have to find the phone number, find out whose extension to call, leave a voicemail, hope I'm in the right place. Now, that person could be with one person or they could be with 50 people. I'd have no idea. So I'd leave. Maybe they'll call me back. Maybe they wouldn't. In the world, I can walk up and see somebody's with someone, see someone's available. It literally sounds like this. It looks like that. It gives the real feeling of someone's there to help you, whether it's from onboarding, agent attraction. And in the enterprise tool, the cool thing about it is, again, you can access all your stuff in one place. You log in. If you want access to your technology, boom, it's right there. Let's say that you want access to your resources in education. Boom, it's all right there organized for you. Maybe it's marketing and branding, which is really cool because we really have a back end. Every time you get a listing, there's customized things that are created for you. And maybe you're needing the logo. Maybe you're wanting, you know, branding or signs, or maybe you're wanting customized marketing material. It's all there in one place. For a lot of people, you know, if you're getting coached, or maybe you're just wanting to have some accountability, or maybe you don't know your numbers. That's not a good place to be. Everyone knows it's important to know their numbers. Well, now you have them. You can look month over month, year over year. You look at your volume, your units, your transactions. You can look at all the fees you paid into the company, what you paid into your cap just by clicking the dashboard. You can go and check out your equity programs. If you've earned stock, at what price, how many shares, what it's worth, whether it's the equity program or the equity awards, boom, click right there in one place. Maybe you recruited 7 people a year ago and those 7 turned to 70. And maybe you're at the point where you're getting about $3,000 or $4,000 a month from your revenue share, and you're going into the holiday season thinking, hey, am I going to book that ski trip? Or maybe are we going to do what? Am I going to buy that gift? I mean, you can see what you're earning. You can see who you've recruited, who's around, what it's earned, what those unit economics are. It's all tracked right there, revenue share, all in one place. And the great thing about it is it's all about selling real estate. I mean, you know, we help people sell more real estate. So you can track all your transaction detail. You can see your number of transactions. If you have a team, you can see who closed what during what time period. You can look into, you know, anything pending, anything withdrawn, canceled, what percentage of your cap, where you are in your risk management fee, where you are when your anniversary date. All of that is tracked literally right there under your transactions tab. Now, when people come on, they always ask me, well, Mike, you know, where do we start? How does it work? First of all, if you have transactions, you're going to start using SkySlope. And the cool thing about it is, again, it's right there. You click the link. There's a class. You can watch the live training that's every week. And if you can't make the live training, guess what? You can go up into the cloud, into the workplace, and watch the recorded one from last week, right? But you're going to attend the SkySlope basic training. I literally went through it. I could do it. It wasn't that hard. I think it took me about 30 minutes to figure out a couple questions, ready to go, right? KV Core, literally, you want KV Core, you click on the site, you go into the cloud. As you can see right there, it says price included. It's under optional services inside of your dashboard. Usually takes 7 to 10 days. They're trying to make that happen faster. Hey, 7 days, 10 days isn't that bad, especially for a great website. And they'll even help you migrate all your existing database over. And once you're on board, we have a complete success plan. It's a 4-week plan that walks you through the exact step-by-steps of what to do when your site goes live. And if you're one of those people like me and Jay and you're wanting to be an overachiever, you know, you can go into the client portal and see some of the other courses, or you can do what we tell everybody. You can attend the weekly advanced training where you'll hear other agents that are like us and want to know, what are you doing to make it work for you? Or you can go into the Q&A and hear what other, you know, you might not even know some of the things that other questions that, you know, you don't know what you don't know. Or maybe you're trying to really get predictability in your business and you want to learn the math behind lead generation because you know how important that is. And you know that you know the best agent doesn't make the most money. It's the one with the most clients. And in order to do that, you have to understand the math. And you go to there, or maybe you like the making it rain. You're like, hey, listen, if they're going to give me a site, I might as well make it produce leads. Let's drive some traffic. And having a digital marketing team there in the background, willing and able to do that for you might be interesting. If it is, you can go to the class. They walk you through, train you. There's literally a calculator on the site. You can literally go to the site, click on making it rain, and see where it says calculator. You can literally hit calculator and put how many leads you want, and it's done for you, marketing and lead generation right there. So it's right there, boom. If you can click the button and log in, you can turn on your making it rain. It's literally not designed to be hard. So we do have proven systems for agent attraction. I think that's where, me and Jay spend a lot of our time, is really helping people. We're very passionate. We've always worked with agents on growing their business. And a lot of our clients, they're looking for a better life. They're looking for more time freedom. They see the benefits in that. And if that's you, the cool thing about that is, we do have tools like expert mentors where we can show you how we've created marketing and sales funnels for you to go and invite people. One thing we tell to people that is the biggest misconception is you should never be telling anybody about EXP, anybody about the stock, anybody about the splits. Literally, you should be sending videos like this to people and then knowing when they watch them and then engaging those people. So we've created tools that you can get access to. And so let me see there, Jay. I just, for some reason, lost my screen. It logged me in. I accidentally clicked something and it logged me in. Isn't that crazy? I don't even know.
One of the benefits of first of all, think about it this way. If you're watching this video and you've gotten this far, and someone asked you to take a look at this opportunity, there's a pretty good chance I think you're interested in this opportunity, and you're probably going to have some questions. And in expert mentors, they're going to know that you watched up to this point in the video. If you got off right now, it would tell you how many ever minutes that you've watched, and it makes it real easy to follow up with people. Guess what? Follow up with the people that watch the video. Don't follow up with the ones that don't. This is not about recruiting. It's about agent attraction. There are lots of people that you probably know that would be interested in partnering with us at EXP. We're just going to help you by putting the systems in place and making it easy, then leveraging the videos and the things that we created so that you don't ever have to present to somebody. You don't ever have to try to talk to somebody that doesn't want to talk to you first, and that you have a process that's proven and duplicatable that you can use to attract people and recruit them over to EXP.
There's complete, when you log in, Jay laid out a complete training on how to use the tool. We do have a mobile app, which is really cool. I was in an Uber and a lady said, "Are you in real estate?" I said, "Yeah." "How'd you know?" She heard me on a phone call. I literally sent her one of the videos. She watched it. It texted me back. One of the first people, not very first, but one of the first people I recruited. It happened just like that. The crazy thing, it happened twice that week. And it was because I had this and I had a system, right? It was real simple. I logged in, sent them the video, and then I could log in on my computer, see if they watched it. I could start conversations with people that were in my database right there from the tool, real simple and easy. And literally all of that stuff is laid out. There's proven done for you messages, content uploaded for you. So we've created this so that you have a system for building your business and sharing the opportunity. And again, like Jay said, you're notified when somebody checks that out and looks into that. One of the things that me and Jay do a lot of the times is, we tell people, if you have someone that's interested, I just got a text message, Jay, I told you a second ago, that said, "Look, I got to show it because you'd think I made it up." But I literally got a text from a guy while we've been on recording this, and it says, it literally says, "I got a guy who wants to join EXP." That's what I got from a guy that and this guy wasn't even interested in recruiting, right? But that happens. Right. So when you do that, what you would do is you would come and you would schedule a 3-way call. Me and Jay, make ourselves available for that. They're either 20 to 30 minutes long, but we've created systems. Our goal is we're going to help you with these individuals. Our goal is for you to invite them, and we have training on how to do that. We do events. One of the crazy things with our events is we have the nationwide events, which is like EXP Con. We have Shareholder Summit, but we also have other agent attraction events for agents that are. I talked to Jay. And you remember Dan Keller in Orange County? I had a conversation with him on Saturday. He's like, "Mike, I'm now focused on retirement, and I'm going to start leaning more towards just dealing with the people who call me and really working growing this thing. And so there's a lot of people that are having that, they're at that stage in the business, and now they have something they can actually do. We do workshops around the country, and we also do expert advisor boot camps. We do agent to CEO training, where Jay literally walks you through everything from being an individual agent to being a CEO, probably some of the best content we put out. We do masterminds. We have an annual mastermind that we do across North America. And I think this next one is going to be our second year at Key West. That will be this year, but we have them throughout the year. And then we have networking events and events, that are local that we encourage you to go to. So there's tons of events that you can plug into, whether it's lunch and learns and stuff like that, to not only to introduce people to the company, but for you to get plugged in. At EXPCon, it's our annual event. It's usually in October. And what we tell people is, you want to invite people to that. If you're interested, I will tell you this. When you join EXP, I will tell you this. A guy, I can't remember his name. I wish I could. He was in California. He joined EXP. He literally called me, Jay, after EXPCon and said, I thought I knew everything about EXP. He said, I didn't think I could get more excited. He said, I'm twice as excited. And you just have to go and see it. Take us up on it. Reach out to us on Facebook or something. We'd be more than happy or more delighted to figure out a way to get you there. We know that when you get there, most people, here's the reason, most people just don't believe, right? They just don't believe. And when I got into real estate, Jay, I called you and you helped me. I got to $1 million in 3 years. The guy who sat next to me in the office told me, I swear to you, he said, if it was that easy, why wouldn't everybody do it? Right? That's what he said to me. So like the people around you are always, they don't even think it's possible. Like Elon Musk says, just assume you're wrong for a second. Just assume you're wrong. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, right? Me and Jay are here available. If you reach out to the person that got you on here, we'll jump on a call and answer your questions. We'd love to have you come down to one of our shareholders meetings, which is also annually. And it's another opportunity for you, once you're with the company, to invite people to learn more. You can spend time with company leaders. You get to really get up and personal with the people that you're working with, maybe that you've met in the virtual world, and putting some faces with names. We have agent attraction summits. They're really great events. I don't want to get into too much of this nitty gritty here, Jay. The point is, if you're wanting to grow your business and you need hands-on training, we're going to provide that to you. Literally, you can come to one of our 3-day boot camps. You'll leave with the listing presentation, a buyer presentation, script books. You'll know how to articulate your value, demonstrate your value, make your value visible. And we have another one in about 4 to 6 weeks. No, probably 6 to 8 weeks. Right. Yep. These are held throughout the year. You're able to come. They're here in Dallas. You'll meet us. You'll be able to invite guests. I promise you, this is what Nate was talking about, that his business you literally leave with the workbook this thick, right? You don't have to pack an extra suitcase. It'll fit in your suitcase. You can bring agents that are a part of your team. So like you're out there going in your community and like inviting people to get trained, to get fully trained, to get tools, to get resources. They'll thank you, I promise you. And, we have agendas that we go through. One of the main things that we've always done to help agents grow their business is clarity. So many agents have priority confusion. When you know exactly what you need to do next, and you know what order you need to do it in. So we help you get clear at these events. We help you really understand the lifetime business model. Imagine if every past client that you ever had sent you a referral. What happens if when you met with people, they were predisposed to do business with you? Jay would never toot his own horn. This is a guy that had 200 plus active listings. This is a guy who did 200 transactions with no buyer agents. When I met him, he was hiring his first buyer's agent, but at the time, he knows how to sell a lot of real estate. You have access to us. You can pick up the phone. We're your partner. We're here to help you grow your business. And we have systems in order for you to reach out for us to be able to help you. Whether it's how to convert more expireds or for sale by owners. That's the exact advice Jay gave his own son. And I will tell you this, his son, I'm super proud of Braden, doing an amazing job. You know why? Nobody's perfect. We hold people to a higher standard, but you know what? Half of the agents in Dallas, Fort Worth sold less homes than him this month. I talk to him all the time, and he's got 2 transactions, 3 transactions. He's got enough money to get on a plane and go network with other agents like we did, whether he's flying on his own nickel to Dallas or to Seattle, and the kid, how old's Braden, 22 years old? 21 years old. So, You know, we're giving you the same advice that we would give to our own kids. And, you know, did Braden go through the boot camp?
Absolutely, he did.
That's what we do. We're giving you what we would do how we care about our own family. We're giving you access to that. You know, how to do the seller counseling interview. You know, you're getting a certification, you know, which is what we call our certified home buying advisor and certified home selling advisor. Everything from what to say when you set the appointment, how to create tear sheets so that you have that ability to demonstrate your authority when you're on the appointment, you know, all the stuff you need for buyers. You know, again, if it makes sense, you can come spend time with us at a mastermind. We talk to brokers, we talk to independent brokers, we talk to people who think their broker might be interested. And if so, you know, don't ever think, I mean, I could share with you story after story after story of people that you would never believe are talking to us, are calling us, are saying, man, in 6 months when this happens, I'm in. I got to clear these 3 things up. There's so many people circling the wagon right now. You'd be shocked. So don't play defense, play offense. There's a great opportunity. Reach out to us if it makes sense. We'd love to extend the opportunity, maybe if it does, to come to our mastermind and meet with other people who maybe had to overcome the same challenges that you are going to have to, if there is a challenge, or whatever it is. We do the mastermind every year. It's an awesome opportunity. You're in the room with some of the top leaders. We attract some of the top producers. And the cool thing about this is if you have a top producer, you can invite them, right? You know, if you're like, how am I going to ever get that person to come? You're not. You're going to invite them to come spend time with Mike and Jay at the offshore speedboat races in Florida or in Key West, or you're going to invite them to come to, you know, snowboarding and Aspen and spend time with the top agents in the world. You're going to have tools and resources like that to leverage for those people that it makes sense to. And here's the thing. We have trainings and systems, you know, we've taken amongst ourselves. We've done version 1s, version 2s, constantly iterating, you know, to make sure that people are clear when they get started. We know that agent productivity starts day 1, agent retention starts day 1. And so we're available here. We treat feedback like it's gold. Our goal is to help you hit the ground running. There's not a problem that we haven't had to solve for somebody. So, you know, every problem has a solution. And that's one thing that we've learned and that we've demonstrated, you know, by founding the National Association of Expert Advisors. One thing we believe is that, you know, every agent should have a differentiated value proposition. If you don't, and you would know by looking at your email signature, looking at your business card, you know, we teach you how to do those things, and people don't understand this is 50% of your success. 50% of your success is your ability to articulate your durable competitive advantage, why someone should do business with you over all alternatives. You know, for us, you know, if you met Jay's son, he would tell you, hey, yeah, we got a proven, repeatable system backed by market research to sell your home for up to 18% more than the money used by traditional agents. Would you like to show me how? The reason why he would say that is because he's been trained. If you have not been fully trained, it's going to change the way that you articulate yourself with the FSBO, an expired, a home value lead, a person who's a local area mover that calls off of your sign, or you meet at an open house. One little tweak in what you say at an open house, one little tweak on what house you pick to do and hold open could have a different impact on if it's successful or not. And so we've had to do this. When we built the Expert Advisor system, we had to understand all of the different elements that go into building a business. We had already experienced them. We started by literally, when we started, in 2015, we built a consumer-facing brand that was sending out over 100 referrals a day, because that's what we thought we needed in order to be successful. And we took all of that and realized, oh my goodness, the EXP platform with the differentiated value proposition, with giving an agent all of our presentations, giving them the certification, the buyer and seller, training them. If we provided an agent with all the done-for-you marketing like we did at Partner, if we gave them the videos, everything they needed, all the world-class training, if we provided all of that to someone on the EXP platform, it would be financially irresponsible for somebody not to partner with us. So guys, we have an amazing group. We've grown this organization now. You know, we told you by 2024, our goal was to have 2,000 partners. As you can see right here, we have now almost 2,500 partners that we partnered with. We've done it with half of the time, and we did it because there was a platform and there was a better way. We weren't tied to our egos in us doing it. We were tied to the way that we could produce the most value in the marketplace. We've always said our goal is to create as much value as we can for one person and learn how to do that to many people as possible. So if you would like the opportunity to work with us or just maybe have a discovery call, reach back out to the person that invited you to this video. And then, and if it makes sense, have them set up a call with me or Jay, or me and Jay, whichever one makes sense, maybe based upon the availability or your timing. We'd be more than delighted to jump on a call and help answer any of your questions. Jay, I know you probably have something you want to close with.
Yeah, so I would say, at this point, if you have to probably have some questions that you need to get answered. Don't make the mistake of letting yourself tell a story about why this isn't for you, or why this isn't going to work for you, or why it's not going to be whatever story you're telling yourself. Turn that into a question and get on the phone and at least investigate further, and then come to your own conclusion. Determine if it's right for you or not. I think what you'll find is that your odds of success of getting to your goals are going to be much greater with all of the opportunity provided at EXP and partnering with us.
That's awesome, man. Well, like we always say, if you join us at EXP or if you don't, we'll either see you at the top
or from the top.
Y'all take care.
See ya.